And now we go back to an earlier topic, to the emergency session that took place today, requested by Venezuela in the Security Council of the UN to address the recent escalation of military threats by the U.S. We have the report with our colleague Henry Camelo from the United States.
Greetings from New York. I'm standing from the United Nations building where this emergency meeting of the Security Council was held. Representatives from Russia, China, Slovenia, Sierra Leone, Guyana, Panama, the United Kingdom, Algeria, Somalia, Greece, Korea, the United States, France, Denmark, and Pakistan spoke. All these countries have expressed the need to preserve peace in Latin America and call for the demilitarization of the region by the United States. They described the U.S. interference in the Caribbean as a violation of the spirit of the United Nations Charter. They also warned that this incursion was an attack of the sovereignty of the countries and called for dialogue and consultation among the countries of the region. The representative of Somalia reaffirmed his support for the region and also called for international law and human rights. The representative of the Republic of Korea recalled the commitments made at the UN General Assembly regarding maintaining global multilateralism and called for dialogue and peace. Meanwhile, the U.S. representative reiterated that offensive actions against the so-called fight against drug trafficking will continue, justifying it by pointing to the millions of American deaths caused by drugs. He said that force is the only way to fight drugs and validated Trump's statements about future actions regarding the fight against drugs. He again accused falsely Venezuela of being the source of drug traffickers to the United States. For his part, the representative of France also spoke about France's fight against drugs abuse. However, he said that this fight must be carried out in accordance with the codes of international law and called for dialogue. Ambassador Moncada, for his part, called for an end of the conflict, which doesn't exist entirely because of the United States' thirst for oil, and said that Venezuela is now the new target. He said that the goal is to overthrow the Venezuelan government to establish a puppet government and thus be able to seize Venezuela's oil and natural resources. He also inquired about the right of the United States to kill fishermen. It uses the technique of killing and then investigating. He concluded the military enclosure of the United States will only bring death and blood to the region. He called for a commitment to Venezuela's sovereignty and compliance with the United Nations Charter. He concluded his speech by stating that Venezuela is a free and sovereign land and that it will use self-defense if it is necessary. Back to you.